Going on, everybody? Welcome to another video for New Biology Clinic for the public channel. I wanted to again take another opportunity to kind of rehash on some of the old thoughts that we've done on this public channel, talking about less is more, slowing things down. Especially now, a lot of people, their minds are racing, everything's going. There's this desire to fill up our days, fill up our workouts, really go hard in order to, kind of cope and deal with what's going on in our lives, in the world, etc. I only know this because just getting a lot of messages from people that I work with privately through the clinic and everything else, where it's just go, 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 in order to try to kind of help manage the thoughts and the feelings and emotions and everything else. And I'm not saying that moving is bad. Obviously, I want us to move, very much so. But I want us to move with intention, and I want us to move with control, and I want us to move with focus and a calmness to self in body, breath, all that good stuff. And so if you are somebody who is very active or is a go, go, go mentality, whether it's with work, physical activity, or anything else, needs to be doing something at all times, just know that observably from my side of things, that is tends to be people who get injured um, fairly frequently. And I again, there's multitude of reasons why people get injured. So I'm not saying this is the only reason, but it does play a big role. Is that a lot of times when we're go, 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 we're usually not really paying attention and present with what we're doing, because it is thinking about the next thing. It is thinking about what else we have to do, or even the next workout within a class. And why is this important? Because if you're in a place, let's just kind of take it back, you're in a tribe, and if you get injured or something happens in your traveling tribe, right, your nomad type mentality, that is a issue for the tribe. You need to be on your best. And if you look at tribes in general, one of the things that you're going to constantly see is that they do a lot of resting. And you can have your reasons. You're like, well, we're not them, but it's ingrained in within all of us, this ability. Because understand, we are not separate from nature. It's in all of tribes. It's in animals in nature. They're not just constantly going, going, going. There is a lot of rest, and then there's spurts of energy, and then there's rest. And an animal is so in touch with its body a lot of times, or people, where they will know when too much is too much. Is this worth that hunt, or is this worth going out there? They need to know their surroundings. They need to know their bodies, because if they don't, it could literally be life threatening. And since we don't have that, a lot of us have disconnected or have a weakened signal to that expression of the body. And how do we get those things back? How do we get that communication with the body, get that communication with our surroundings, be present? Well, we have to slow it down. And so when I say less is more, what I'm really trying to say is that if we can slow it down, we can reconnect with some of these ingrained intuitive survival techniques that are within all of us, that really is ingrained within all of us. And when we have an ability to do that and really hone that skill, sharpen that tool, and use it, as frequently as we can to our advantage, you're going to see that there's a lot of growth that you can do, in your training, physical training, but also in your life, because it is allowing us to know how to be present in hard situations. It is teaching us how to make adjustments, minor adjustments that have, drastic changes in the physical body and in the mind as well, perception changes. Because what we're doing is when you slow it down, you're creating an environment for the body to go, we're okay. We're in control. When things are pandemonium and panicked and people freak out, usually they're not soft, relaxed, controlled. It's freak out mode. And what that tends to then visually look like is you can't talk to them. They're discombobulated. They can't make a sentence. They're having a hard time getting their thoughts together because of whatever it may be in their life. And it's not saying it's bad, it happens, but for all of us in in the society we live in, with things coming to the surface, chaos all around us, a lot of times it's hard for people to find peace. It's hard for people to find balance. It's hard for people to find a place to just rest. And that's within all of us. That's where the answer does truly lie. But how do we connect with it? The best thing I've come up and seen or experienced myself and with others is slowing it down. And people might say, well, Pat, I can't, it's hard for me to just sit down and breathe. Okay. So how can we get you there? We have to create physical stress, but we create physical stress in a very controlled, relaxed manner rather than go, 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 go. It's like, no, I want you to let this stress come in, move slowly, diligently, and let it come in, and don't try to then hurry up through it. Stay slow, stay relaxed so you can be with that stress, calming your breath down. Because the more we practice this, the more all of you get really connected with your body, you're going to be able to make these micro adjustments and these small adaptations in your physical movement, in your breathing, in your mindset, all these things where someone watching isn't even know you're doing anything different, but you're making all these changes. And until you actually experience it, you might be like, what is he talking about? But when you experience it, for those who've been at the clinic, who've worked with me, or even just on your own, you've found it on your own, like, you know what I'm talking about. Where it's like, oh my gosh, that little change made a world of a difference. Someone might say, I didn't even see you do anything different. And that's where it's the attention to detail. And it does take a lot of our energy to give ourselves that much attention. This is why slowing it down helps us not burn out mentally, just trying to focus on body. Slow it down. Not as many repetitions, maybe not as much weight, maybe not as long, or break it up throughout the day, break it up throughout the week. There's different things that you can do where you're not like not moving. It's just moving with just again, a small adjustment in your perception, small adjustment in how you adapt the movements to fit what you're doing. And I stress this hard because it is a matter of recognizing that faster doesn't always mean better. And as they say, train harder, train smarter, not harder. You can still train hard, very working hard. You have a great work ethic. But if you never train smart, that hard, just brute mentality, go, 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 it will catch up to you. Smart training is you're able to adapt. You're listening. You're observing. You're aware of your surroundings. Being a brute hunter is way different than being a smart hunter. Why? Because a smart hunter sees what the bird's pattern. They can see where the wind's going. They can see, like almost like a Sherlock Holmes, what's going on around them where most people don't see it. So you're training smarter. You're working smarter in order to get to that place where you can still be successful, still get your goals, still, allow yourself the freedom to live a life without it feeling so like I have to stay this way. If I don't, then everything's going to fall apart. No, your body will be able to handle what you bring its way. And then going back to the Sherlock Holmes thing, why is it in the most, if you've seen the movies or the way he describes them, everything slows down? Why? It's that so hyper focused that everything comes back into almost like this slow motion because you are so self-aware and present of your surroundings and obviously present within yourself. And I'm not saying everyone's going to have that type of capability of moving in slow motion, literally, but you will feel this perception change in how time and the movements feel a lot different because they're going to be so heightened. And I just want everyone to hopefully try this on your own, come to the classes if this is something that's interesting to you. And just knowing that there is a solution to whatever is going on in your life physically, your training. It's just sometimes it might take a little bit longer because you're not just trying to fix or work with an injured shoulder, but you're not trying to have this perception change. You're working on changing how you look at training, how you look at yourself, how you pay attention to yourself under this. And that is the hardest part because now it's like, okay, you're having me focus on my feet, Pat, but now I got to focus on what's going on at the knee and my knee's locking out. But when I unlock my knee, now my feet are starting to stiffen up. And so that's why the slow and steady just allows us to relax a lot of that old trauma tension that's being held. So I hope this helps. I hope you can slow it down. Slower is sometimes better. Less is sometimes more, if not a lot of the times. And I hope that if this is, again, something interesting to you, come to newbiologyclinic.com. Come take the classes with me, webinars. We have our practitioners. We have all sorts of other enrichment services that you can come and enjoy. But if this is something that you love, we'd love to have you. If not, you can just keep watching these videos and enjoying, and always reach out with any questions. So on that, have a lovely rest of your day. See you all soon.